everybody's just really excited to be going again on the court. I think we had a really significant off-season. Our players spent a lot of time on campus together. They worked out in the gym. They did a lot of agility and strength training, as well as playing together a lot. But I think the biggest factor in what we said all year long last year was we lacked chemistry. We lacked chemistry because the kids hadn't played a lot together due to the injuries that we'd had the season before. So we really stressed that this summer. It was chemistry and spending time together and getting acquainted. And I think that's been the biggest step we've taken so far. We've done a lot of team building things, and what I repeatedly hear from our players is how bonded they are together, how much they care about one another, and how much they want to see each other succeed. And so that's a really good starting point. It makes me feel good entering the season, and you know, so that's where we started. And then I would say since practices have started, we've had 2 weeks of practice. What I've noticed is some individual improvement of players, but what I've noticed more than that is sort of a group of people who have decided to take on some leadership role. And the leadership role is always a difficult one if it doesn't come naturally, because it requires, you know, our student athletes to not just be friendly and be friends with their teammates, but also to hold them accountable, to be able to speak up when, you know, things aren't going well, or when we need to work harder, or when, you know, things need to change. And I have seen a great amount of growth within a couple of our players when it comes to leadership, and all of that will definitely be a factor for us moving forward. Without it, I don't think success is easy to come by. So with it, it gives us a chance to really put something together that's significant on the court this year. The most significant leader that I've seen is Kayla Livingston. You know, we had a team building event a few weeks ago, and Ashanti, who, you know, is our leader in scoring and rebounding, says, you know, we had a conversation, a big circle, and we encouraged them to talk to each other about different things, and I sort of led it with questions. And one of the questions I said is, what do you need from each other? And Ashanti looked directly across the circle, said, can I start this? And she said, Kayla, I need you to lead me. I play better when you are in a leadership role and you lead us. So Kayla said, I can do that. And since making that comment, I've seen a lot of really positive vocal leadership. And, you know, Lex, I think, is a leader for us. She's vocal. She's very much an encourager, but because she sat out of the season last year, it was just really hard for her to be in the mix. You know, you need your leadership to be on the court, and so that was a difficult role for her. But she has consistently maintained her role as being an encourager and a leader in that respect. She's also a very hard worker, and so, you know, she's another person who's going to be a foundation of our leadership this season. Sade will for sure be a factor for us this year. She's improved a lot. Her confidence too. The girls really want, you know, us to have that big inside presence, and so they're very complimentary of Shaw, and they're very, you know, they encourage her a lot. They try to give her the ball a lot so that she can, you know, become an option for us. And she's responding really well to that. So she's improved a great deal. You know, we will continue to run Olivia as a big, even though she's not, but she's a 4, she can stretch the D, she can defend inside. And then, you know, so like I'm saying, we're not really that big. Lex, of course, is an addition to our inside game that we didn't have last year. And from a rebounding perspective, she doubles our rebounds just by taking the floor. And scoring, she's finding her way into scoring with this group. There's a couple of kids that are really just going to be going to take on a very large role because of what they're already doing with our program. One of them is Nicolette Newman. Her improvement perhaps is the most of any freshman to sophomore I've had. She's got playing with a ton of confidence. She has, great range. She can really shoot it. But she's also improved her game in that she's expanded her game. She's penetrating. She can shoot the pull-up. She's got a scoring mentality. And the girls, as they are playing together, and what we've done this year is we have identified very early the kids we think are going to play the most significant amount of minutes, and we've put them together. Because in the past, we spend this whole month working different lineups, looking at different things, and you lose that whole month in just developing chemistry. And that was our biggest problem last year, so we said chemistry comes first. And so we identified, 7 kids really that we said these people are going to be, right now we feel like these are the 7 kids that are going to be the central core of our offense and defense, and we're going to play them together. And Nick is one of those players, and playing with that group of people, their encouragement of her and desire to have her take that, knock down that 19-foot, 20-foot shot has really, I think you've seen her confidence just take off. And so her game has, perhaps she's always been this skilled and had this ability, but her confidence is at a whole nother level, which just allows her to play more freely and really, bring something to the table that we haven't seen. And the other person that I would say has really made an impact early is Jade Eli, one of our freshmen. She has the ability to drive it, shoot it, post up, and she's also a tenacious defender. And she, she came into practice the first week, and every time we took the floor, she would say, "I've got Ashanti." And rather than that could have gone either way, rather than that being a real head-to-head combat, which it was very, very competitive. It developed this, I think, a real true line of respect between the two of them. And so, and Jade came at Ashanti with listen, I want to model my game after yours, and I'm gonna push you and try to find your weaknesses and force you to do things you don't want to do, and I'm gonna try to be like you. And so I think Ashanti felt a little flattered by that, but also I think that developed a great line of respect between the two of them. And so I think you'll see Jade will really sort of take off this year as well.